Okay, so flashback a few days. If you follow me on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. I went to go see X-Men Apocalypse, a great movie. I enjoyed it a lot. Yes, it had its, bad things here and there, but overall, I enjoyed the movie. I am not gonna lie. I think it's my favorite out of all the three. So I was tweeting out like crazy, like, hey man, X-Men Apocalypse is doing so good. Where's the X-Men games? Where's the more Marvel games? Right now, all we have is like Arkham Knight and, DC Universe Online, which isn't even Marvel. So like, what's going on right now? All the Marvel really does is make Spider-Man games. Where's the other characters' video games? And then I saw this tweet by young Craig Master himself, and I was like, bruh, this needs to happen. This needs to happen. I need to make a video on this. That way, people can see that this needs to happen. Maybe Marvel will see that this needs to happen. Marvel has had its fair share of box office successes with different movies like X-Men, Avengers, standalone characters like Spider-Man, Deadpool, and Wolverine, obviously. So with all that success, does it now seem like the perfect time to add another game to the Ultimate Alliance series? I mean, both of the games were popular. I don't see why they wouldn't add another installment, especially since they're really going right now in the cinematic universe. I mean, the past games again were popular, and I had a blast with the first two. I actually owned the first one. I think I still have the disc for that one, and then I rented the second one in order to beat it. It was fun too. I think I liked the first one a bit more, but the second one was not too shabby, not too bad itself. So I think it'd be a smart move to invest in if you are Marvel. So that's what we're gonna be going in today. So yeah, you know who it is. It's your man Young Kool-Aid, and obviously I'm here today to talk about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 MUA3. Okay, now I would like to see this game, Marvel. If you are watching, I'd like to see it happen. But if you are a viewer, by all means, man, comment down below if you've played the games, if you like the games, what characters you like, things like that. Also, don't forget to like the video and ultimately subscribe, because other videos like this, other interesting things, funny videos here and there, man, and everywhere, man. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, the link's in the description. Share the video, all that. But I'm done talking about my intro stuff. Let's just get into why we are actually here. Okay, so the first question you're probably asking yourself right now is, what is good about the games? What really would make it so that after, I don't know how many years it's been since they released the last game, but after like, I don't know, 5-6+ years, that they would need to bring another installment into the series? Well, let me go ahead and give you the quick rundown. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the series, is an action RPG with popular Marvel superheroes and villains, from the X-Men to the Avengers to like Doctor Doom, Magneto, all that kind of stuff. They have a good selection of characters. Mostly they're more heroes than villains, because I mean, obvious reasons. Most of the kids and people want to play with the heroes rather than villains, and each character had a unique specific attack that was linked to them. And the plot wasn't too bad either. Now the plot is kind of, it's kind of detailed, and it's kind of got some plot holes here and there. You gotta really be paying attention in order to follow it all, but you can definitely play the game without following the plot and still enjoy it, so that's always nice. And the playstyle of having 1 to a max of 4 characters at once is also great for local multiplayer and hence at online multiplayer. Now I will say, if you do play by yourself and you only play with 1 character, I hope you're ready to get ran through, because that's what's gonna happen to you. But if you play with 2 or 3 or 4 characters, you'll be fine, man, trust me. So the sequel also allowed for fusion power attacks, as well as the option to be able to level up your characters and have them learn new abilities, which is definitely good down the road when you're fighting the later bosses, who are a lot tougher. And in general, this is more of a plus point. The female superheroes and villains are all bad as a mug, like Lord Jesus Christ. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about, and that definitely helps in its case to bring it back. So that's what's really good about the games in itself. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic that we have to hit. Okay, so now that you know what's good about the games, you're probably wondering now, how will the next installment work? Well, obviously, I think it'll be published on the PS4 and Xbox One. I think most definitely those would be the 2 systems that it would come out on. Now, here's some other things, probably PC as well. I think PC will probably be implemented, but maybe the 3DS and maybe the Vita. And the reason I say that is because the first one was on PSP. I don't know if the second one was on PSP, probably, but I know the first one was. And then the first one had a Game Boy Advance version, and the sequel had a DS version, so it's possible that, you know, the 3DS could get one. I think the Vita has more of a chance, to be honest, even though it's, you know, probably the less popular console at this point in time. But I think that it has a chance to most definitely get a version over the 3DS version. Just being honest, I mean, I'd rather see them just have a PS4 and Xbox One version. But if they were gonna make a handheld version, I mean, those two consoles are definitely there for them, considering that they've worked with those two, well, not those two specifically, but, you know, the predecessors to those two in the past. So yeah, I mean, obviously, but they weren't very good games, so I mean, you know, that's kind of a minus point. But I think overall I'd have a T rating, and it, you know, it'd just be a game that most kids will play. You know, not that really ratings don't care anymore, you know, they don't matter. You know, parents go buy their kids M-rated games and they'll be like 8, so I really don't think the rating matters. I could make it rated M if I wanted to. It really wouldn't matter. They would still be able to buy the game. So yeah, that's how the next installment would work. So now we need to go ahead and hit what the final topic would be. So what would I personally add to the next game? Well, you know, the first and most foremost thing, like with most other, you know, games and whatnot, there's always the topic of adding new characters, bringing back returning characters that were missing in the sequel, all of that, you know, characters. And there's new characters in the Marvel universe. There's like Spider-Gwen, there's like X-23, there's a lot of different characters that are out there. I'm not gonna name them all because we'd be sitting here for an hour if I decided to name all the new X-Men characters. The X-Men characters are Marvel characters, Avengers, you know, heroes, villains that I need to speak on and would like to bring into the game. So I'm not going to be going into that. If you want to, in the comment section below though, you can drop a few characters that you would like to see. So considering that the sequel had less playable characters than the first, I'd go for, you know, around 50, because I think the second one, I can't remember how many the first one had, but the second one had like around 38 to 40-ish characters, you know, like including version exclusives. You have to include the version exclusives. If you add them all together, it's around 38-ish to 40-ish. So I'm thinking about around 50 isn't too bad, especially if they're going to add online. That gives them a lot of plethora and choices that you can make on which characters you want to use. So again, in the comment section below, let me know what characters you like to see, or which ones are your favorite, which character you want to see return. If you've played the series before, just let your man know. Also, another thing I think would just happen, you know, because with most games today, you know, multiplayer is a very, very, very integral thing. In fact, I've heard people play that they don't play certain games unless they're playing online, you know what I'm saying? Like, so multiplayer needs to happen. Now, I think this is a fun enough game to the point where you don't have to be online in order to enjoy it, but multiplayer is the thing that they need to incorporate into it, because, you know, it's basically integral into most of the games that come out today. So how would it be set up? Well, you have one of two options. There's the option to keep it like it is local and, you know, have the 1 to 4 players whole style thing and then just go on missions with your friends, or you could have it to like a whole what's it called, a whole different online mode where you can like free roam, you can have versus matches, you can do the missions, team battles, mini games, etc. I'm trying to think of what is that game called. Oh my gosh, it's on the PS4 store. I cannot remember. It has the, oh my lord, I have it on my freaking PS4. I can't remember what it is, but something like a free roaming sort of role section where you just team up with your friends. Some kind of like DC Universe Online, but not DC Universe Online at the same time. But, you know, something where there's a lot of different modes. There's like a hub world and you can just go do different modes with your friends and things like that. So it's like a mixture of DC Universe Online with like 2K My Park. But anyways, let's go ahead and give me the overall score, or I guess I'll give you the overall score. I'm stupid for saying that in the way that I said it. So overall, I think the game would be a overall hit. I mean, again, the movies, they're on fire right now, you know. Even if people like don't have high hopes, they still go see the movies, and more than often they're, you know, enjoyed, unless it's like Fantastic Four. But most of the time they go see the movies, they enjoy the movies. So I mean, I think now a third installment is, you know, I think it'd be, I wouldn't say integral, but I think it would be, you know, a very smart move if you were Marvel. And if you are watching this Marvel, you can make this happen. I'm trying to help y'all make some good business moves. Now, you don't have to listen to me, because who am I? Do I work for y'all? No, but I'm trying to help y'all out though. That's all I'm trying to do. So that's all I really got. Overall, I think it'd be a great game. I think it'd be a success, but I think most of the games would be a success. But who am I? I don't know the game market like that. I don't research it that in-depthly, so who knows? It could be a flop, but I doubt it would be a flop. That only happened if you just, you know, like did really bad with the development. But anyways, It's been your man Frosty Kool-Aid, alright man? So if you enjoyed the video, again, hit that like button. Comment down what characters you like to see, what you liked about the games, if you played the games, all that, comment that down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe for the videos like this, other things on the channel. If you have not seen what I do on the channel, I mean, the link is right there. You can just click on it, see what videos I do, what I got planned for the summer. I got a summer trailer out there on things like that. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm out. Deuces, goodbye, peace.